my beautiful people, ORJI Kalu is in the channel. Yes, today I bring ORJI Kalu, our former Abia State Governor. Yes, is in the channel. Is going to be talking on the matters of tax reform with Arise Morning Show. Yes, so he's going to be telling us his own opinion on this agreement that the governors came together to agree with Tinubu tax reform bills. Yes, because it has been a matter of going forth and, here and there. Some people agree on this new agreement that they have agreed to, to establish this new tax reform. Why some are saying no, we will not be benefited from this part. This part is we are not going to benefit from this. So a lot of problem here and there. So my beautiful people, today ORJI Kalu will be telling us how he felt about this new tax reform agreement that the governors, the 36 state governors of Nigeria came together to agree on. Before, it was 19 states that said no, we don't want this kind of system. But right now they have come together to say, okay, some people have to be favored, while some people would lose. So anyway, before I run too much, my beautiful people, let's listen to what our ORJI Kalu have to say. Yes, our Abia State as governor, and now is senator in Senate. Yes, my people. Thank you. Please drop your own opinion in the comment section. Yes, like this video, comment, and if you are seeing me for the first time, my name still remains Joyce Anyanwu, one of your favorites in politics analysis. Thank you, and let's just watch together. Before we come back, drop your opinion. I will still drop my own opinion in this video. Thank you.
Feelings abundantly known about it, depending on where they consider their bread adequately buttered on the one hand, and on the other, which aspects of the bills they fear might shortchange their overall interest in the immediate and long terms. We'll now get into our next conversation on the general state of the nation on that note with our next guest. I'm talking about Senator ORJI UZOR Kalu, a former executive governor of Abia State and distinguished senator representing the Abia North District in the National Assembly. Good morning, and it's a pleasure to speak with you on the morning show today. You can see that you're clad in your Nigerian jersey. Thank you for being very patriotic this morning. But let's go straight into it, Senator. This back and forth has been happening about the tax reform bills, and we're very in a congratulatory mode when the governors, everybody agreed, to the terms, which were slightly changed, of course. I'd just like to know your thoughts. First off, on that plan, we're seeing the change in, when it comes to productivity, derivation, and of course, what's the last one, if you can just help me? And population. What are your thoughts on the landmark, let's say, the agreement on the tax reforms, as it were?
Thank you. Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Shay. I want to thank you people for having me over this morning, and I believe that the governors have just done the needful by doing what I feel. They have done what was just, and I listened to them one after the other. I've always said from day one, this bill was presented in the National Assembly. I said the bill was progressive, but needed us to expand discussion because we need to expand discussion with other people. Most of the laws we are using today in Nigeria, they are very obsolete. They are gone. They are not functional laws. They are not laws that should continue using in the 21st century. And in a place that you want to remodel and reposition the economy, if we do not do what we are trying to do today, we'll be left behind. We started with countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and all the rest of them. Look at even Vietnam yesterday. So they've all left us. They've left us behind. And I believe that we should be sincere in what we are doing. I congratulate the governors, and I was more interested and more fulfilled when I had the governor of Nasarawa State the other day in a show in another sister channel that was praising the bill and saying that but there's nothing wrong with the bill. The problem was just Nigerians do not read, they do not listen, they do not focus on issue to know what is wrong. I must congratulate the author of the bill, that President Ahmed Tinubu, and also Professor Yedele and the chairman of FIRS, Mr. Zacchaeus. So I believe that this bill is good for all Nigerians. It's not political, it's not sectional, it's not anything. It is for the good of every state of Nigeria and every Nigerian to enjoy this bill. I'm motivated about this bill as a private businessman who is in politics, and also as a Nigerian who needs this country economy to grow. So it might be difficult in the few things the government are doing now, but in the long run, we are going to see a better Nigeria. I was with President Thabo Mbeki in 2003 to witness a swearing-in of President Lula da Silva. I was there with him, and I saw what happened. Brazil was in turmoil then, but today they are rolling. After some few years that he was president and put in jail, and he was recalled back again to be president. So this is what democracy is all about. But we need to go the tough area, and we'll come back to enjoy the tough area. It's just that most Nigerians on the street of Nigeria were over-pampered. We don't want to work. There are a lot of work on the street of Nigeria. And people only want to come and live in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, or Aba, or Kaduna. They don't want to go to farm. Nobody wants to do what is visible. Nobody wants to think about tomorrow. So I congratulate the governors honestly for what they have done.
All right, distinguished Senator, thank you so very much for setting the tone. And like Sheitan observed, I also like the fact that you're donning the Nigerian jersey. I hope that this is not an endorsement of the fact that we continue to take a foreign coach every time that we need a coach. People who are expecting at least, let's use homegrown brains and talents to run our thing. But your comment on that can come later. Let me stick with the issue of the day, and which for now will be on the tax, reforms, the reform bills that you have, enthusiastically endorsed. But I'm interested in knowing what your specific thoughts are regarding the area of the VAT sharing that the governors, that's one of the key highlights of the proposition of the Nigerian Governors Forum. As you are aware, sir, the current sharing formula of the VAT as at today is 20% for derivation, 50% on equality, and 30% based on population. What the bill is proposing, which of course will be what the president wants and what the committee that is set up, also wants, is to move up to 60% the question of derivation, so that those who are making the money for government can get something commensurate from what they are putting in the general purse. And then they propose 20% each for equality and population. What the governors have now done is to say, no, you can't do that. give 30% to derivation, 50% to equality, which means half of what is collected by way of VAT should be shared equally among the 36 states, and then 20% based on population. Are you satisfied with this type of thinking? Are you satisfied, sir, given the fact that these bills will, are still with the National Assembly and you will have the last say on it? Is this your idea of fair, balance, and rewarding productivity, the way that the governors have presented at least the sharing formula for the VAT?
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. I also believe that the people in the National Assembly have the last say. But let me be honest with you. The governors have already set the tune rolling. And there's no two ways about doubting what the governors have done. If you can rewind one of the interviews I had with either Ruben Akpati or somebody in this channel, I can't remember who now, I was looking at the way the governors were thinking that equality should be 50% and derivation should be 30%, and the population can come to 20%. These laws are, once we make the law, it's not sacrosanct. This VAT sharing is a very little thing in what is inside the bill. The bill is more beneficiary to Nigerian people than the sharing formula. So I think the governors have just gotten it slightly right, but I cannot say, in my opinion, yes, I think it's a starting point for discussion. And both the National Assembly, both houses of the Senate and the House of Representatives will start looking at it at that level. I think the president should also know that why I was saying before, in the past few months, I've always been saying the bill looks good, it's progressive, but we need wider discussion. These are part of the wider discussion. And I will expect the governors to go further down to discuss with the people on the street, people in all departments of their state. So this is politics, because you see, this is not the law itself, but sharing formula is politics, and the politics will come behind it, and this is what the governors have done. I want to congratulate the Nigerian governors. They have really shown leadership in this regard, because they have shown also that the discussion can pay. We have been saying it. If initially, when President Tinubu wanted to get this bill into National Assembly, enough consultation were made. President Tinubu means well, and his advisors, like the Professor Yedile and Mr. Zak, they all also means well, but they needed to do a wider consultation. And the Senate President was very special in this bill by sending it quickly to public hearing. And the public hearing is the only way we can get the feelings of the people. I never supported anybody withdrawing the bill. I never supported anybody putting away the bill, because the bill is progressive. We cannot leave Nigeria the way it is. Nigeria have to change if we really want to move forward. If we want to see this country move, people are hungry, and people need to come out of hunger. And people will appreciate this bill in the next few weeks, because this bill, apart from the appropriation bill before us, this bill should be put on the driver's seat immediately, so that Nigerians can have benefit of what we are talking about. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let's touch on this. I'm still looking at the tax reforms, particularly the revenue sharing formula. Some would say it places a greater emphasis on, the state's ability to generate and to retain revenue based on consumption. How do you see this affecting productivity across the states? And, the healthy competition, do you think it will give us a state of healthy competition among the states, or will it exacerbate regional disparities? Some would say that many states states, particularly in the north, are heavily reliant on federal allocations. How can they leverage this reform as an opportunity to diversify their economies and develop robust internally generated revenue streams, as it were?
Thank you, Sheikh. And these reforms will bring competition. When people see a country like China with people accuse them of bad human rights record, people accuse them of not respecting the law, people are accusing them one-party system. When you see a country like China, for the past 35 to 40 years, China has been growing on 10% income every year. And if you look at it, it's because there is competition. All the provinces in China are competing against each other. The federal government can have a reserve fund to put to any state that is not meeting up its obligations. This is possible, but let me be honest to you. When people say that the First Republic, that they did wonders, I agree they did wonders. But because there was competition, the northern region, the eastern region, the Midwest region, the south, the western region, they were competing among each other. If we don't bring back that competition, we cannot grow. We will be wasting our time. There is no state out of the 36 states that is not viable. All the states are viable. It's just meant for our leaders, our governors, our sub-leaders to go back to the states and sit in the state and put their thinking boxes. They think out what they will do with their area and do long-term planning. And every state is viable. I don't agree with you. If you go to something like Zamfara, Zamfara is one of the richest states. You go to Sokoto, Sokoto is one of the richest states. You go to Kebbi, the amount of lithium in Kebbi is unbelievable. I deal with international organization, and I have the spread, and I have the survey of almost everywhere in Nigeria. There's no country in Nigeria that is not viably very, very, very viable. So I don't believe in this. People should stop putting the northern Nigeria down to say it will affect them. They have a lot of solid minerals that are untouched. It's just to go out and look for investors. Once we're able to get investors and get people to track on it. But this is also why I said all this program will be spaced out so that it will not be choked up by the process. But President Tinubu gets out a good idea to reform the tax law, the answer is positive. So I don't think anybody, it's only going to put competition and make us to go and work hard. Governors and people in government should stop buying luxurious cars every year. They should put money in investment. When we're able to invest heavily, people can go back to where they are. So I believe that the law will do well to everybody. And President Tinubu had done the very best they can do by bringing this law at this time. People are afraid of bringing this law, and I don't see anything being afraid in doing this job. So the job has to be done. I will vote for this bill, and I will support the bill, but I will also discuss with our colleagues and agree on where that is not fair to others, and we will fix it. But the bill, even if it's passed to a law, there will be continuous amendments when it's not doing well or where it's doing well. That is why you have the National Assembly. We are not just going to leave the laws to be stagnant again for over 100 years. We have laws that made here by the colonial masters are not touched. So we must be modern people and be touching the laws as quick as possible. So I believe that this is what we should do as a country.
All right, Senator, let's speak about your core constituency now, which is National Assembly, Senate in particular, and of course, lawmaking. You just mentioned something.
Please say it again, Steve. Steve, come up again. Let me hear you well.
I said we should speak now about your core constituency, which is the National Assembly, Senate in particular, and of course, lawmaking. You are a lawmaker now. You're no longer a governor. Can you hear me, distinguished Senator?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, so my point is, let's talk about that aspect of your political life, and of course, the life of the impact of the National Assembly in Nigeria of today. Two things. First will be the, I won't call it insinuation, but the perception of people that this 10th Assembly appears to be a rubber stamp to everything coming from Aso Rock, everything executive, that we do not see enough interrogation of what the executive is bringing, particularly when it concerns the president. And Nigerians expect that there are three arms of government. Of course, you know that our own media is the fourth realm of the estate. But of course, they expect that lawmakers will stand alone, the same way that the judiciary is standing alone. But the body language of the Senate president and majority of the people in the Senate and the National Assembly in general appears to suggest that they are constantly kowtowing to the president. What are your thoughts on this? And then the second part will be the lawmaking aspect, especially as it concerns budget. Many Nigerians are dissatisfied with the content of the appropriation bill that comes out of the National Assembly. We have seen a few things here and there of how lawmakers are trying to engage. But then on the general feel of it, we're proposing 47.9 trillion for this year, but the 2024 budget is still running and will run till June of next year. We do not even know how the 2023 budget performed. Now the Assembly is talking about 100 trillion by 2026. What are your thoughts? This is you saying that instead of buying vehicles, etc., use money to better the lives of Nigerians. But how are you, sir, engaging with the problematic content of practically all the agencies and ministries of government when it comes to allocation of funds to projects that they are bringing to the National Assembly, for approval? What are your thoughts on all this, sir?
Well, first of all, Steve, let me be honest to you. We are not stooge to anybody. We are not sitting on anybody's way. We are very independent, and we have shown it many a times. We cannot come out to start fighting the executive, and every now and then there'll be a problem in there. We have a backdoor of disagreement and agreement. So the president himself have done a lot of consultation among the senators, sometimes among the leadership of the National Assembly, and we are not stamped, what do you call it, rubber stamp. I'm not sure I'm one. Steve, you know me very well from when I was governor. You know me very well, so I'm not somebody anybody can tell you about. I always disagree when it's for Nigerian people to benefit. I always say, no, this is not good. Whether it's a president or not president. President Tinubu also knows that I tell him nothing but the truth, and I tell him the way I feel. Anytime I see him, I tell him there's hunger in the land, we need to fight for it. He says, yes, I know. I know there's hunger, we are fighting to reverse it. So this is the issue. I'm not sure the National Assembly will rubber stamp as the people are looking at it. The issue is that we have a problem in the country. We are trying to give the executive every help they can get from us in terms of lawmaking to make sure that we speed up the process of people getting better day or better life to live, so that people can feel the government. So if disagreement, we have not done anything. We have not, if I tell you so many things we have disagreed with President Tinubu, you'll be shocked. It's just that we don't want to make your constituency to be happy to see the executive and the legislature fighting. We have disagreed on many occasions, and we kept it. This is where you always see the Senate and the House of Representatives calling for a closed session. We drive away your people, we discuss the issue, we say, take back this to the president, or let's go ahead and do it. There are many times Senate president have done that. There's many times the Speaker of House of Representatives have done that. But we cannot continue letting you people to make Senate and the House of Representatives to be a laughing stock, where every time we are fighting the executive. We are not in a fighting mood. We're in the repairing mood. We want to repair things so that Nigerian people can have the benefit of democracy. This is why, on that note, we cannot come out. I don't even listen to people. Ask your colleagues that have interviewed me many times. I say the way it is because I am not looking at anybody's face. And the Senate president have done his best by putting his colleagues together to be able to make sure that we come out of hunger. In terms of us, we are not going to implement these laws. Our duty is to just make these laws. Executive and their team will find a way to implement it. If you have given us the seat of implementation, we will implement. Our duty is to approve what we feel that is right for Nigerian people, what we feel is right for the executive and the judiciary, and leave it for them to go and implement. It's not for us to implement. That is why Nigerian people should stop blaming us. And this is why you see I hardly talk about my constituency, which is the legislature aspect of the government. Because when I was in the executive, I never knew that the legislature is as deep as you think. You are telling me about making a budget. Let me be honest with you. For the last 1 week, I came back from Christmas holiday. I've stayed in National Assembly from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. And people still think we're doing nothing. I mean, it's not fair. We sat, and you can see all disagreements. We are not a rubber stamp, for God's sake. We can see all disagreement between the executive and the legislature. You people just showed what happened between the Inspector General of Police and some members of the National Assembly. That should show you there's nobody being stampeded by anybody because they ask questions, they disagree, and we agree. Disagreeing with the Inspector General of Police do not mean that what the Inspector General of Police was saying is not right. But he further came out. I respect the Inspector General of Police. So further went back to his office to address a little press conference to clarify issues. So you can see we always disagree, Steve and Shane. We always disagree, but we don't come out to fight. I don't, especially in the upper house. We are elderly people, and some of us have been governors, some of us have been ministers, some of us have been this and that. We don't usually come out to disagree the way that will make your constituency, which is the press, very happy. No, we disagree to agree, and we agree to disagree. We always have our mood of the way we disagree with them.
Thank you so much, Senator. And someone who has served in both executive and legislative capacities, you are speaking from a place of knowledge. But let's talk about the Southeast that has long been recognized for its industrial and entrepreneurial capabilities. Yet we see the region still facing significant challenges in achieving its full economic potential. What specific steps should the federal government take to support the development of the Southeastern Economic Corridor, including improved transportation networks, access to capital for businesses, and integration with national and regional trade frameworks, as we start to wrap up?
Well, for me, I think President Tinubu is coming there. I mean, Rome was not built in a day. We are just battling with the insurgents in our area, and gradually we are coming up. And as we are coming up, we will now start thinking on the next step. Once we calm down the insurgents of banditry and unknown gunmen and all the rest of them, we will be able, the president and his team and all of us will advise him to open the chapter 2 of the book. And the chapter 2 will be development. Once you have no insurgents, you have no unknown gunmen, and you don't have any disturbances about our people, and we will talk page 2 of development. We have always, people will say, we have always asked the president, according to law, find the best way of law to address the issue of Southeast, both the issue of the IPOB, the issue of everybody, to address this within the context of law of Nigeria, so that possibly, very quickly, Nnamdi Kalu will be released from prisons, and will continue to live a better life and produce everything. Let me be honest with you. Nigerians are suffering because of the problem we're having in the Southeast. The Southeast can produce everything you buy in China. We can make them in Aba, Newe, and Onitsha. Everything you buy from China. Just give us electricity, give us the way that with it, and give us the direction. We produce everything that you produce in China. The technologies are there, everything, we have it, but we need a better atmosphere. We need to clean away properly in agreement the sit at home, which has cost hundreds of billions of naira out of the Southeast. We need to bring back the I can do it spirit. We need to sing back aging by aging. We need to go back to what we know how to do. When I was governor, a lot of things were being manufactured in Aba. Yay. People have begged Aba people to stop putting made in Paris, made in Spain, made in Brazil. They should start putting made in Aba. We can supply every equipment this country needs from that region of the country. I am not, President Tinubu himself knows this, because I can tell you twice he slept in Abia when we were governors, he slept in Ibere, and he saw it himself, and he respects that, I'm sure. Once we have good atmosphere, the president will come back to do the needful in our zone, and I'm praying that both the lawyers of Nnamdi Kalu and the courts, they should speed up and make sure that it's released according to law of Nigeria. Because I'm sure the President Tinubu will always live to respect the judiciary. People are calling him to intervene. Yes, he will intervene, but through the judiciary. The judiciary have to do their job, and President Tinubu will intervene. So I believe that as soon as possible and practicable, that Nnamdi Kalu will be released and the area will be very quiet.
All right, very quickly, sir, before we let you go, just two quick questions. First will be, what role do you think that your Ohanaeze Ndigbo can play in the sort of renaissance for the Igbo nation, for the Southeast development that you spoke about? You used Eyin by Eyin just now. So Senator Azuta Mbata has just been appointed, as you're aware, as the President General of Ohanaeze. What role do you think that they're able to play, in this renaissance? And then secondly, I would like you to reflect, a bit on the class of 1999 to 2007 governors, of course, which you came out from. I believe that at that time, you were probably the youngest in that class. But interestingly, that class has now produced a sitting president. That class has produced a secretary to the government of the Federation. You are a member of that class and you are in the Senate. So you can conveniently say that you are the ruling class.
People, welcome back to my channel. Hey, arise, arise, arise. These media houses in Nigeria, I don't know what is wrong with them. Is it that they have bribed them, or is it that they are just doing to get favor? Okay, how can you invite APC member, somebody that is a minister under Tinubu government, a senator under Tinubu government, and is APC, to come and tell you what he feel about Tinubu tax reform, or to come and tell you what he think about the agreement? My beautiful people, I don't understand what is happening in Nigeria. We just sit down here every day and see the same faces, the same politicians. If this man was an opposition party now, you will see the way he would turn this thing around. He will be blaming APC. He will be calling them names. Why can't these media houses in Nigeria call people like market women, market men, businessmen that don't have anything to do with politics, they are not a politician, to ask them the opinion on what the government has done? What are their opinion? For example, you calling this ORJI Kalu to sit down here. Why can't you call a businessman that is not a politician, that is not in Tinubu Kaban, to ask him what did you feel? What did you think about this agreement of tax reform? Will it favor you? Will it favor somebody in the street? What did you think? Then that person will explain his feelings. We are all Nigeria. Why is it that every time these media houses, they will be inviting the politicians themselves? They will be inviting the people that makes the law. They will invite the people that have agreed to that law. What will they come here to say? What are we expecting? They will come and say, no, what our master did, what our principal did, we don't agree. No, it's not fair. They will support him. They will support him. Media houses, Arise TV, Channels TV, all the media houses, they will support them. Every time I sit in this my channel, I will always lament on this. Why can't you people invite people from the street of Nigeria? Why can't you people invite people from businessmen, businesswomen, people, that woman that is selling okra in the market, that woman that is selling gari in the market, that man that is walking without no shoe to go to work, no transportation, that man that is buying fuel very expensive to go to work, that man that is buying fuel very expensive to fuel his generator before he can get electricity. Why can't you people invite all those kind of people? You are inviting these people that has corrupt, these people that has been manipulating Nigeria, these people that have big agbada, that they have been putting money here and there. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine? Okay, now you are inviting this ORJI Kalu. It's not if you invited, like, for example, now Alex Oti now to come here, I will listen to Alex, because that man, is it not this man that is the former governor of Abia State that did not pay his workers for almost 8 years? That did not, the road, Abia was like a dumping ground. Abia was like I don't even understand, dustbin, where they used to go and throw dustbin. There is no good road. Everywhere was dirty. Is it not this man that we heard that in embezzled Abia State money? Is it not this man? My beautiful people, please let channels, these media houses, let them do better now. Let them do better. I don't really understand. You are asking this man now, what did he think about the agreement of tax? What would the man say? He has told you that he is very happy. He has told you that he employed Tinubu. He has told you that he employed the governors. What will he say? What will he say? My beautiful people, I don't really know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Because if you go, right now, if you go, the way this man is talking now, go to this comment section now and read what people, the normal people, the ordinary people are talking. Nobody is saying, oh, you did well. Nobody is saying you are this, it's just insult upon insult, my people. Is it how Nigeria is going to grow? Why can't they invite people that are not politicians? Invite people that are not politicians. Anyway, I don't know if they have bribed all these media houses, because if you come out to say anything, they will bombard you. They will give order to sack you. Now we don't see Rufai. Where is Rufai? This is January. The January is going to an end. Is Rufai still in holidays, or what is the problem? I've not been seeing Rufai. I've not been seeing ORJI. I don't know. Did they went for special assignment or what? Anyway, my beautiful people, I don't know what you people think. The man has said that, yeah, when he was in governor of Abia State, he was doing everything to see that the Abia State people, they were doing Abamate, they were doing this. He told them he was like this, he was like that. He was this very man. And now he's in Senate. Okay, I don't know what to say again. Because me, myself, sometimes like this, I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know, my people. I don't know. You know, I don't know, because the problem. We want to listen to people, ordinary people, their opinion, their gospel truth. That is who we want to listen to. That is what the people want to hear, want to know what is their opinion, not the politicians now. Not the politicians. What would they come here to say? Are they the only politician that will come here? Maybe if it's their opposition party, maybe the other party, then they will come now and say, yeah, Tinubu regime is not good. Tinubu is like this. Tinubu is like that. People are crying. Okay, now, Nnamdi Kanu, you say you are best friend with Tinubu. You are the best friend, and you have said the problem of Nigeria is the East. You know, the problem that East are having. Okay, you say you are a friend, a very good friend to Tinubu. Why can't you talk to Tinubu? Why can't you tell Tinubu? Because me, I know that Tinubu, if Tinubu want Nnamdi Kanu to be released today, it's just one finger, one stamp on the finger. He will say, release Nnamdi Kanu, and they will release him, because he is the number one person in Nigeria that can say anything. We remember, even those children they arrested that time, that they did this, they did that, they flown a foreign flag. They give them bail. Is it 100 million or how many million? But immediately Tinubu give an order that they should release them. They release them immediately. This man has been there for how long? If Tinubu, you say you and Tinubu, you are very good friend, and you are Igbo man, why can't you talk to Tinubu? Why can't you, as a friend to friend? I know that if my friend talk to me, I will listen to my friend. If I see the reason to do what he asked me to do, I will do. Okay, if you know that the problem Nigerians are having is from the East, the problem in East, that is why it's affecting Nigeria. Why can't you talk to Tinubu? Since Tinubu is your friend, talk to Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu, to release your brother to you. It's your friend. Are you afraid of your friend? Talk to him. Let him release Nnamdi Kanu so that the man would free and come out, even though it can be from his home to court, you know, to answer anything they want to ask him. I don't understand. Did they want that man to be in custody until he died, or how? I don't really know. And you people are sitting down here talking, supporting Hausa people, are supporting this, supporting Yoruba, supporting, hey, he's doing well, they have done well, they have said well. Why can't you people stand up and say, my friend, our friend, you have put us in this position. We are not happy. Our state is in problem. You are telling us that Nigerians are lazy. You, this man, you are telling Nigeria that Nigerians are lazy. There is work in Nigeria. They are just lazy. All of them, they are running to Lagos. They are running to this. They are running to that. They are running to Port Harcourt. They don't want to work. You yourself, when you were, why didn't you retire after serving as a governor of Abia State? Why didn't you retire and sit back at home and do farm? Since you believe that there is job everywhere, you can do farm. You show some example by leader. You didn't know what they used to say, my people. Example by leader. You go to your Abia State, you have to retire from everything concerning government, politics. Retire, go back to your state and start farming. So that we know that, yes, this man has shown us example. Let's just go and start farming. But you are running from one senate to, you got from governor, you are running to senate. After senate, now you want to campaign, you want to go for president. After president, you are just running from one house of assembly, one government position to government position. You are telling us that there is job. There's a lot of job in Nigeria. It's only that people are lazy. They don't want to work. Nah, man. I don't blame you. I blame Arise that invited you this morning to come and be opening your marriage bawa to talk anyhow. You know, if Arise people are inviting people that can tell us what is happening in Nigeria, I don't think we'll be sitting down here listening to your cock and bull, what you are saying. Anyway, my beautiful people, I don't have much to say. You have heard what the man said. So what did you think? Please drop your own opinion in the comment section, because me, I don't know. I don't know why they are still inviting these people. I don't know. If you have watched, thank you very much. My name still remains Joyce Anyanwu. Thank you, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye for now.